G'day everyone and welcome to this lesson for Still Breathing by Green Day. Now I'm pretty sure that this song isn't too tricky on the drums, so hopefully you'll be able to get it down in absolutely no time. Let's make it happen. I'll get on the kit. The first thing we need from the drums is just kick drum and hi-hats, 4 on the floor, 8th notes over on the hats. There's a tiny little stop, and then that brings us to the first chorus, and the first chorus is exactly the same 8 bars every single time. So there's a fill at the end of the 4th bar and a fill at the end of the 8th bar, but it's pretty straightforward, so let's get straight into it. At the end of the chorus, there's a flam on beat 3 to stop, and it goes like this. We go back into our kick drums with just the hi-hats, and then as the verse starts to build, we add in the snare drum on beat 2 and beat 4. Right before we go to the pre-chorus, we've got this tiny little fill. And then our pre-chorus is just a punk beat, but over on the hi-hats. So that sounds like this. We have that stop on beat 3 once again. And then we're back into our chorus once again, and then moving on from the chorus, we go into the bridge, which is really similar to the chorus, but we're going to add a couple of extra crash cymbals. So what I can kind of hear is every now and again on beat 2 and beat 4, we've got a different sounding crash. So if you have 2 crashes, awesome. If you don't, you could definitely just play it all on one crash cymbal, or maybe hit your ride cymbal or slushy hi-hats just to get a different sound, but it's not going to make too much of a difference. Anyway, basically it would sound like this. Eventually we break down from the bridge into that tom section, which is probably the trickiest part of the song. It's not even that tricky. I'll play 4 bars so that it leads into the tom section. Sounds like this. So the only hard part is getting that hi-hat sizzle, and I think the easiest way is to just shift both your hands over so that the left hand's on the hi-hats, right hand's on the snare drum, and then you don't have too far to travel that way. Again, next up is that fill that kind of finishes the bridge and brings us back into another chorus. So the fill goes like this. I've written a 2/4 bar in that fill because I think technically that's correct, but if you just listen out for when the guitar comes back in, then that's going to be fine. You're not even going to have to count that bar at all. That brings us back into another chorus, which is identical to the other choruses that we've already played. And the only other thing that we need to worry about is just the build up right at the end to a stop, and then we're going into the outro. Okay, so the build up is just on the toms, and it sounds like this. And then after that stop, we drop back down and we're just in an outro, which is exactly the same as our intro. So that's hi-hats, kick drums, 4 on the floor. And to finish off, there's a tiny little hi-hat sizzle on the end of 4. So that would sound like this. Right on. And that's everything you need to play Still Breathing by Green Day. I think it's a great song if you're just starting out on the drums because there aren't too many beats and there aren't too many things that are too fast or too tricky. So hopefully you can have fun with that one and be up and jamming in no time. Anyway, happy practicing, and I'll catch you guys at the next lesson.